Welcome everyone to the first video in this series about how to win Arena. If you don't like to read and because of that you don't know how to play Arena, I will guide you through the basics. The Arena consists of 3 stages that happen in this order: deck building, gameplay, and rewards. We will start with the most important part of the game, deck building. This sounds as straightforward as it is. What you do during the phase is pick the cards that you want to go into your deck. You have an option between 3 different cards on every 1st, 10th, and 20th, and the last card will be a rare or better. When you are picking, try not to go with a themed deck, such as Mech Mage or Beast Hunter. Almost always a pivotal card will be unavailable for selection. Choose cards that can generally be used in all deck compositions. Mana curve is harder to manage in Arena because you're unable to remove and replace cards. Don't make the mistake of getting too many of like mana cards. This will make winning near impossible. Many people use Arena guide spreadsheets to determine what cards they think are best. This is a mistake. Choose what you think is best. It's all based on how you play. Spells don't come as often as minions do, so if a good spell like Flame Strike shows up, take it immediately. Some cards are a must-have for Arena, the highest being Savage Roar and Swipe, if you are playing Druid. Now that we have our deck, let's hop right into the adventures of Arena. Even though the mage I'm going against is golden, I should not let this faze me or influence my decisions in any way. Whether your opponent is golden or not, this is purely a prestige cosmetic. Don't let it toy with your perception on how to play your cards. A golden hero does not guarantee that they are good. Normally, I would advise against first turn coin use, but since certain cards can snowball you just over a few turns like Knife Juggler, Young Priestess, and Master Swordsmith, these become top priority. You can use cards like Young Priestess to either force an unwanted move or slowly pressure your opponent to oblivion. Seeing that the board is neutral, a good thing for him to do is throw out a minion. Because he threw out a minion, either I have to remove it or counter it with another minion. Since I have no removal spells, I'm forced to throw a cheap counter to buy time. I need more mana to use the combos and cards that make this deck effective. Buying time is vastly different from just throwing a taunt minion. In retrospect, I should have killed his huge toad before I threw out my Druid of the Saber, to guarantee the death rattle would damage my face instead of setting up a difficult situation with the possibility of an arcane explosion. Luckily, my mistake didn't have very big implications, as the death rattle missed my Druid of the Saber. Silent Knight is an amazing card to keep stealthed until you have access to Savage Roar, or just to wait for the perfect time to take out a critical minion. Sometimes keeping a minion stealth is better than attacking. Use your smarts to determine when to unstealth your minions. Knowing that my opponent would either have to use a removal spell or trade his minion to get rid of my Panther, this means it's okay to go face. Otherwise, I would need to remove his Sun Fury Protector as soon as possible. Because I kept my Silent Knight stealth, this means my Anubis's Sentinel can be effectively used to remove and trigger its death rattle. If I were to throw another minion, the death rattle of the Anubis's Sentinel would have the possibility to not be used on a Silent Knight. Therefore, I must trigger its death rattle before placing another minion, and keeps the Knight's Divine Shield and Stealth up. Starfall is a great removal and area of effect Druid card. It has the possibility to remove a single dangerous minion or to wipe the enemy's board. It may not be the best removal or area effect card available, but it more than makes up for it with its flexibility and moderately low cost. Because I stole board control in just one turn, he's forced to try to regain it, but his hand seemed lacking in higher cost cards, which gives me the advantage of damage and choice. My goal should be keep his board empty while slowly filling mine. Keep in mind that my double Savage Roar combo can deal some serious burst damage, so every turn I count to see if I'm lethal. I have almost complete board control dominance over my opponent, but my real objective is to keep his health low so I can combo my Savage Roar with my Druid of the Saber's Charge. This would deal a massive amount of burst damage, all too quickly to prepare with Ice Block or Ice Barrier, leaving him defenseless and surprised. One of the worst things that you can do is miss lethal. Always do the math in all situations and look for lethal at all angles. Taking time to calculate isn't a bad thing. It's about if you calculated correctly. If you don't calculate, you may just put yourself in a situation that is impossible to win. For today, that's all. For tomorrow, I hope I'll be back. And I hope you will too. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Write down in the comments below what you want to learn about in the future. I play a lot of Hearthstone, so I'm available for comments. Thanks. See you in the next video.